True Crime Series USA. Hook 00. Imagine a man who spent 12 years breaking into homes across California and standing in people's bedrooms while they slept. He stole their belongings, their sense of safety, and sometimes their lives. Police didn't have a name for him, just a code name: the Golden State Killer. And this case stayed unsolved for over 40 years. Today's story is about that predator. An ordinary man by day, a nightmare by night. Background: Yo 45. It's the 1970s in California. Quiet suburban streets. Families who didn't even bother locking their doors at night. Then it began. He first called himself the Visalia Ransacker. Small break-ins, stealing odd items, nothing violent yet. Just a warm-up. Then in 1976, a new and far more disturbing pattern emerged in Sacramento. This man broke into homes at night armed, targeting couples. His method was so calculated that police struggled to keep up. They named this new phase the East Area Rapist. His technique was almost military. He'd scope out a house for weeks beforehand, learning routines, figuring out who was alone and when. He'd cut phone lines from outside before entering. Once inside, he'd tie up the male victim, assault the woman, and before leaving, stack dishes on the man's back, a chilling signal that said, "I'm still here and I'll be back." And he always came back. Escalation 215. By 1978, his crimes turned even deadlier. He wasn't just assaulting victims anymore. He started killing them. In Southern California, he adopted yet another name: the original Night Stalker. He murdered couples inside their own homes, sometimes both partners at once. Police had no idea these were the work of one man. Records didn't connect because DNA technology barely existed at the time, and different counties simply didn't share information with each other. In total, this man killed at least 13 people and assaulted more than 50 between 1974 and 1986. Then, without warning, he vanished. No arrests, no leads. The case went cold for decades. The break, 345. Fast forward to 2018. An investigator named Paul Holes, who had spent years obsessed with this case, tried something new. He took an old DNA sample from a crime scene and uploaded it to a public genealogy website, the kind people use to build family trees. The break, 345. Fast forward to 2018. An investigator named Paul Holes, who had spent years obsessed with this case, tried something new. He took an old DNA sample from a crime scene and uploaded it to a public genealogy website, the kind people use to build family trees. It was a game changer. There was no direct DNA match, but investigators found distant relatives, third and fourth cousins. From there, they built a massive family tree spanning generations, narrowing it down by age and location until every clue pointed to one name: Joseph James DeAngelo, a 72-year-old, retired police officer living a quiet life with his grandchildren in a Sacramento suburb. The irony was chilling. He had actually been a cop during some of the very crimes he committed, giving him inside knowledge of how to avoid leaving evidence behind. The arrest, 5. Investigators discreetly collected his DNA from a discarded tissue and from his car door handle without tipping him off or needing a warrant first. It was a 100% match. On April 24, 2018, police arrived at his home and arrested Joseph DeAngelo, standing calmly in his own driveway, as if nothing was wrong at all. In 2020, he pleaded guilty in court to 13 murders and dozens of rapes. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without parole. Closing, 540. What makes this case so unsettling is that this man lived among his neighbors for decades, leading a completely normal life, while hiding one of the darkest secrets imaginable. And in the end, what caught him wasn't a witness or a confession. It was a DNA sample uploaded by one of his own distant relatives to a genealogy website, with absolutely no idea they were about to expose their family's most dangerous secret. That's today's case, the Golden State Killer. If you enjoyed this story, join us next time for another chilling mystery from the files of American true crime.